Welcome to Love versus Hate. My name is Ian. I'm your old-fashioned nerd.
Hey, it's me, Emily. You can call me your mainstream millennial or whatnot.
And gosh, just on this podcast, like, I guess we debate or whatever about, I don't know, things we like and hate. I don't know.
Love.
Like
Gosh, Anne.
So, I care.
Oh, this sucks. I hate 2020.
Okay, that was fun. I hope you guys liked that one, and I definitely did.
We switched it up. I couldn't, stop laughing.
We just wanted to start off our New Year's strong by just complaining and whining.
Yeah. So let us know if you want us to continue doing that. Just kidding.
Yeah, that was a one-time thing. That was actually really fun. Anyway, today, Happy New Year! Oh my gosh, it's the first.
New year.
Can you believe
new decade.
it? 2020, man. It's finally come.
It's here.
It's here, and who knows what's going to happen. It's going to be an interesting year. We got an election going on.
And talked about politics. Here we go.
I know. But anyway, we thought that it'd be kind of fun to start off the episode by talking about some of our New Year's resolutions. We're just going to do one. So, Emily, what's one of your New Year's resolutions?
One of my New Year resolutions is to read 2 books a month, at least.
That's
because
a good one.
One of my goals in 2019 was to read 1 book a month, and I did almost every month except for November. But in other months, I did read more than 1. So my goal is to read at least 2.
I like it.
Because I love to read.
I like that. That's a good one. One of my New Year's resolutions is to actually complete, well, not necessarily complete, but at least get close to completion, but I don't know, is to do a D&D campaign. I'm so excited. A group of friends and I are getting together, and we're going to be doing a campaign, and I am the DM, and I know all the nerds out there know what that means, but for those who don't, that means Dungeon Master, and the long and short of it is I'm kind of in control of the game, and I get to determine what's going to happen. Emily just started a timer on me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you totally did.
No, I went to the tweet that David
What did he tweet?
posted. He tweeted, "Hear me out, Dungeons and Dragons, Anna's DM, but you spin it like the Kardashians game app thing Emily used to play."
Oh, I think we should still do that 100%. That'll be like
That's a great idea, but I would never play Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, it would be a very modified version. Maybe. We'll see. See, yeah, let the bitter complaining begin. Anyway, that's one of my New Year's resolutions is to play the game, have it be like something consistent that we all do together, and I hope it goes really well. This will be my first time ever DMing, so I'm sure you guys will hear about it. We'll be playing it for the whole year, so
I'm sure I'll be
brief.
hearing way too much about it.
Oh yeah, Emily, you're going to be hearing a lot about it.
I'm just going to get some earplugs, so
yeah,
don't mind me.
I won't judge. I'll feel slightly sad, but I also understand.
You know what? One of our New Year resolutions for Love versus Hate podcast is to get new mics.
Yes! Oh my gosh, that's a really good one. We've been talking about getting mics for, well, new mics for, what, months now?
Since we started.
Started.
Honestly, I wish that we would have had new ones for 2020, but it's going to happen eventually.
Oh, that's true. I guess since this episode, I mean, we're not technically recording on the first, spoiler alert, in case any of you thought we recorded the day we released. It does not happen. No. But yeah, no, I think we should do that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Our listeners are tired of our sometimes, like, like all the peaks that happen.
Yeah.
Or the times where I talk super quiet. I apologize for that.
Anne has the worst voice for recording. She is so dynamic.
I know.
She's like, ah, ha, ha. Like, see there, I just peaked. Sorry, guys. But she will either get really excited and talk super loud, or she'll get, like, super quiet and talk super soft, so then you can barely hear. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I am the worst person ever to edit. Like, I literally will be editing an episode, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am the worst person. Like, as I'm editing, because you constantly have to make adjustments to my audio, because I'm just all
Yeah.
over the place. I think I'm doing it right now.
I think that should be one of your New Year resolutions, is to stop doing that.
That's just who I am.
I know. All right, but today's episode, we're going to be talking about the best of 2019.
Yes, I'm excited about this.
So we have a couple different categories. So should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so this one, it's not super relevant to 2019, but we decided to talk about our favorite TikToks, but since we don't use TikTok, we're changing it to Vine.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. I like how we're starting out strong, like we're best of 2019. Oh, but we're going to talk about stuff that wasn't in 2019.
Yeah. Well, mine is one that I saw in 2019 first.
Okay, we'll count that, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
it works.
Okay. Yeah, we're not up with it with the TikToks. We're
Yeah,
still
sorry.
on
We're
Vine.
we're millennials, okay? TikTok is so Gen
We're
Z.
watching Vine on YouTube.
Yeah. Vine compilations.
And quoting it every day.
Yes.
What's your favorite Vine, Anne?
Look at all those chickens.
That's her favorite. That's really your favorite?
I'm just gonna go on a string of quotes here for just a second. I don't know if that one is actually my favorite. I just wanted to quote it.
I hope you don't say mine.
Oh, you almost made me drop my croissant. I'm sensitive, Aubrey. That one's a little more rare. People might not know that one as well.
Yeah.
What other ones was I saying earlier?
I'll do mine because
Okay.
it's also probably one of yours.
Oh, I think
You
I
actually
know
said it today.
I was just gonna say I think I know it.
You say it though because you're better at it.
I am confusion. America, explain. How is this Arkansas? Or how does she say it? This one is
What?
This
Why
one
is this Kansas, but this is not Arkansas?
What do you mean Arkansas? America, explain.
Sorry for all the...
The peaks that
The
probably
peaking.
just happened there. I get excited about this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that one was my favorite Vine.
That one is amazing. I love that one. Oh, Emily and I quote this one very often. 21? You stupid.
We quote Vines way too much.
Yeah, we quote them a lot.
It could probably be a second language for us.
Honestly, it probably already is.
Yeah.
What's another one we quote a lot? There's that one I feel like we're missing.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, that is constant. Hello. Even my friends and I do that one.
All right, well, that's enough Vine talk, right?
Yeah, that's plenty.
All right, let's move on to memes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. Guys, just 2019, I feel like there's only one meme you can talk about in 2019. Well, there's two that I'm going to talk about, but this one, there's only one. Baby Yoda. Oh my gosh, Baby Yoda exploded the internet. And the funniest part is, it's not even Baby Yoda. It's one of his species, yes, but it's not actually Yoda as a baby. It's just
not?
his species. No, it's just one of his species as a baby.
Oh.
But everyone's just like, oh my gosh, Baby Yoda. And the memes, every single day on my social media, I see a Baby Yoda meme.
Yeah.
Thanks, Disney Plus.
I see a lot of the ones that are like, I'm going to tell my kids that this was blah, blah, blah. And it's like some random, famous person, but it's not the actual person. I'm doing a horrible job
Yeah, I
at
have no
explaining
idea what
this,
you're
but
talking about.
probably other people will know what I'm saying, hopefully.
Probably not.
Never mind. But my favorite meme, I didn't really have one, so I had to Google what memes were popular in 2019. And mine are the ones where, it's this girl, and then the other girl,
Oh, yes.
sitting in a blanket, looking all, scared or whatnot.
Yeah, I know what one you're talking about. You're going to have to describe it a little bit better.
Yeah,
for our
I might
listeners,
have
though.
to, we're probably gonna, on the day of this release, we're probably going to put some of these things on our
Yeah, that's a good
Instagram
idea. Yeah.
story or wherever. So make sure that you're following us on all of our social media, which is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We probably won't put it on YouTube though, but make sure you're following us there. It's all Love versus Hate. You can find us that way, or you can email us if you have any questions, if you really want to. Love versus Hate podcast @gmail.com, and versus is just VS.
Yes. Yeah, no, that meme is a really good one. I also really love the meme where it's the woman in a restaurant yelling at the cat.
Oh yeah, that
and then
was the other one.
The cat's just, I love that meme so much. There's so many things that is applicable for it. I don't even know where it came from. Where on earth did that meme come from?
But how would you describe this one?
So this one is where there's two women. One is younger, And she's kind of like trying. It looks like she's trying to explain something to this other woman, and then she's like sitting on the couch. She has like her head kind of back, so her chin's like coming out, and she's just like wide-eyed, like.
And she's hiding behind, or she's like cuddled up in a blanket. You can't see her arms. So like some of them are the younger girl, me stepping into the shower, trying not to do anything to anger the spider, and then the caption for the other woman is "Spider on the ceiling watching me." With the face, or me explaining my love for my dog and how I would die for him. My dog. I'll post these on our Instagram.
We'll find a good cat and mad woman.
We'll find ones for everything
and a good
we're
Baby
talking
Yoda
about.
one, yeah.
We might even post them of the vines, just for funsies.
Oh yeah, we should.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about our favorite events in history that happened in 2019.
Yeah.
These are going to be kind of stupid, though.
Yeah. Well, mine's not stupid. Mine was really exciting.
Okay, well, mine's not stupid either. You go first.
Okay, I'm going to go first. So, did you guys know there is a Dungeons and Dragons group that they are on YouTube? I know Emily's rolling her eyes. It's fine. But they're called Critical Role, and they're arguably one of the largest, like, followed D&D campaigns. They're on YouTube, they're on Geek and Sundry, and they're actually pretty big. And to prove that, so they decided that they wanted to do an animated series. I can't remember if it was like their origin story or it might just be something, I can't remember exactly, but anyway, so they were like, hey, let's launch a Kickstarter and see if we can get enough money to like do this animated series. Like, you know, we'll try it. And I think their original goal was, I think, around $700,000 or $750,000 on this Kickstarter to launch their animated series. And within 4 days, they actually they hit the record on Kickstarter for raising the most money. And even just in 4 days, they raised $5.79 million in 4 days. And then at the end, their total was about $9 million on Kickstarter. And they were
so what did they do with all of that money?
So they're going to use all of that money to make an animated series. Originally, they were only going to do 1 episode with about $750,000. But now that they have like $9 million, they're going to make like, I think it's 6 episodes. And it was just insane. Like the first day, they already were over $1 million within like the first couple hours. And like I watched, they opened up the Kickstarter, and then a few hours later, they were doing like a show where they were gonna like talk about it and try and raise like support. And they literally were all sitting on this couch, or it was a few of them, and like Matt Mercer is just like, they're all just, their jaws are just dropped, and they don't even say anything. It's like this live event, and they're just like staring, and they're like, wow, well, because like within hours they raised over $1 million for their Kickstarter. It was like this crazy thing that happened, and it was really exciting. And like I said, they broke the Kickstarter record for most money raised, and I'm really excited to see the animated series when it comes out.
Wow, that seems like a huge waste of money.
No, it's gonna be amazing.
That money, $9 million,
excited.
that could help so many people, but instead they're just making an animated.
Do you know how much Critical Role has helped people like gain confidence? And like there's a lot of stories out there where people talk about like how it brought them out of depression, and like it is a super positive thing, and a lot of people are behind it. I definitely see a lot of value in it.
But $9 million, you have to use all of that money to make it?
Well, it's an animated show. Each episode's gonna be like 24 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of money to do that.
That just seems ridiculous and
also,
stupid
back
to
up,
me.
how many like Netflix, how much money do you think Netflix spends on entertainment? Like easily
but
one
Netflix
show
doesn't have Kickstarter campaigns to create them.
And also, yeah, but that's why this is an even better system, though, because literally they're supported by their fans. Like, their fans are the ones that raise this money. That like, you know, $9 million, it wasn't like one person was like, hey, I want you guys to do this. Here's a ton of money that I could give. Like, it was literally just fans giving like $20 or $50.
Yeah, but
you know,
their
like,
goal was that much, so why did they need to get that much money? Why can't they just use the money that they wanted to make,
because
and then take the rest
fans
of
are
it.
showing their support. Their fans are showing like, hey, we support what you guys are doing. You guys are awesome. We love the content that you make. We want to support you. Here is money to do what you want to do because we want to see that content happen. It's a totally separate thing. If they wanted to like, you know, do some kind of charity, they 100% could, and they probably do. I don't know off the top of my head, but like it was its own separate thing. They are doing this for the fans.
I get that, but I just think that that amount of money is a ridiculous amount of money to use just for an animated series.
How much money do you think a normal animated series takes? To
I
make something
don't
like that?
care. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this specific thing.
What you're talking about is like not valid. I don't understand.
And shush.
Emily, shush. We're gonna move on now.
Yeah,
It
that's
was an
just
amazing
ridiculous.
event, and I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait for the series to come out. That's
Yeah,
the end
that
of
better be the best freaking series ever.
That is literally, that is chump change to how much money Netflix spends on one show, or even like name any other TV show. That's like chump change. Anyway, we're moving on.
Okay, my favorite event is way better, and it's Taylor Swift winning the Artist of the Decade.
Okay.
No explanation needed because she's amazing. And nobody had to pay $9 million for that.
Oh, how much money did people pay? How much money does Taylor Swift make compared to not like she makes billions? Well, maybe not.
Yeah,
Billions,
but she doesn't start a Kickstarter.
But her fans are supporting her. How else?
Yeah.
How else is Critical Role going to get fans to support them other than through a Kickstarter?
Are they on YouTube?
Well,
They make money through YouTube, Anne.
it's
They
Geek
probably
and
make
Sundry.
lots of money through YouTube.
It's Geek and Sundry technically.
Technically, they probably
way,
make lots of
though-
money through that.
And definitely not enough to make an animated series.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna fight about this, but it's fine.
What do you want to talk about next?
What's on our list?
Movie, show, album, social media challenge, trend, podcast, viral video.
Ooh, we got quite the list. Are we gonna cover all those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just don't talk as long about that.
Well, that was your fault because you were fighting me. You were giving fighting words.
Damn, it's fighting words. Okay, Anne, what's the best movie of 2019?
Hands down, without a doubt, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So good.
Haven't seen it.
It's an amazing movie. It's super, I love the animation. It's gorgeous. And it's very unique. Like, an animation like that hasn't happened before, really. It's got a really, comic book heavy theme. And it was just, everything about it is amazing. The soundtrack is phenomenal. The acting is really good. I love the voice, the voiceover acting. Everything about it is phenomenal. Loved it. So good. Also,
Yep.
it's hilarious.
I've heard lots of good things about it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Maybe I'll make you watch it.
Maybe
one of these days.
2020 will be the year.
Yeah, it probably will be.
My favorite is, I don't know, it's hard, but I would probably say that the Hustle movie with Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson was a surprising great movie. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be that great, and it was super funny and entertaining. Anne is just really salty that, I'm hating on her, so now she's just gonna be, rude to me the whole time.
No, it's fine. That's fine. I feel like there's a lot of other better movies out there that you could have picked, but it's fine.
Well, I have this thing where I have a planner thing, and every month I write down my favorite movie of the month that I saw, my favorite TV show of the month that I saw, and my favorite song that I listened to of the month. So I just went through all the different months and looked at all the different movies, and I chose that one as my favorite.
Okay. I actually haven't seen it, so I guess I can't judge, but...
Yeah, Anne, you should watch it.
Okay. So typical of a mainstream millennial to pick The Hustle. Is that what it was called? Or is it The Hustler? There was
Hustle.
Because The Hustle and then The Hustler also came out.
I'm pretty sure it was The Hustle and Hustle.
Oh.
Or maybe
Okay,
it was
well,
Hustler, I don't know.
Oh, whatever. Anyway.
It's not the one about, never mind, I don't know what the other one's about.
It's fine. We're moving on. TV shows. My pick is one that I watched literally last week. And so it's just so fresh on my mind that I'm picking this one, even though there's probably better ones out there. But I genuinely like this one. It's called The Politician. Have you heard of it? It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
It's a
you told me
Netflix
about
original.
it,
Okay.
and I've heard of it before.
Okay. Well, it stars Ben Platt, and for those who don't know, he was the lead on Dear Evan Hansen, which is a really good musical that I'd love to see live. I've only listened to the music, but I'm hoping to see that one eventually. But he just does a phenomenal job playing this role of the politician, and it's I'm just so excited already for season 2 to come out, which is probably going to be another year or two. And I'm like, I binged it in like 2 days, and I wish I had savored it more. But it was really good. I liked it. Mostly because of Ben Platt. I thought Ben Platt did a phenomenal job in this show. He's really good.
I would probably hate it because I hate politics.
Yeah. It's more of a like, because, yeah, well, okay, that's fair. You probably would. I don't know how to save it if you hate
My
politics.
favorite show was probably The Act.
I don't know that one.
It's a Hulu original with, shoot, what are their names? It's like the retelling of the Gypsy Rose and her mom. Do you know who Gypsy Rose is?
Wait, is she the one whose mom had that disease where you like...
Yeah.
Wow, there's a name for it.
Yeah, I
it's
can't
literally
remember.
in The Politician. This disease. There's a character that has this disease in The Politician. Why can't I think of it? Something with an M. I have to
It's
look it up.
with Patricia Arquette and Joey King. And so the mom basically has this disease where she thinks that there's something, like, she keeps making up all these things that are wrong with her daughter. And so her daughter thinks that, well, actually, her daughter doesn't. Never mind. Okay, let me start over.
Munchausen syndrome.
Okay, yeah. So the mom has Munchausen syndrome, which is when, what is it? What is it technically?
So it's basically where you purposefully make someone sick so that you can, like, or is that right? Or is it something by proxy?
Yeah, it's by proxy.
Yeah, because Munchausen is where you make yourself, like, Munchausen is where
Yeah.
you make yourself sick so that, like, you get benefits and, like, different stuff. Or there's different reasons why you would do it, but, and then Munchausen by proxy is where you make someone close to you, like your child or relative or friend or someone close to you sick on purpose so that they, like, you can get stuff from them. Like, you get free money or whatever, like, there's different stuff.
So basically it's about Gypsy Rose, who's the daughter. She's trying to, like, escape from her mom, and it's the story of how she does that and what she has to do in order to be free from her mom. And it's really, really good. So that was my favorite.
That's interesting because, like I said, it was in that particular disease. There's a character in The Politician that had it. So it's kind of interesting that we both picked that.
Interessante. Let's see. What's your favorite album of 2019?
You really think I'm going to have an album from 2019 that I can pick? You know how I am with
No,
music.
but I'll tell you mine.
Okay, you start. I'm going to Google.
Mine is definitely, without a doubt, Thank You Next. Do you know who is the artist?
It's not Lover?
No.
Isn't that Tay-Tay's new album?
Yeah.
That's not your favorite album of 2019?
No.
What?
Do you know Thank You Next, who the artist is?
Next. Thank you. I just know that you love that song and you play it for me a lot. I don't know the artist. You've probably
Ariana
told
Grande.
Me. Oh, yeah, okay.
We love.
Could I pick, like, a soundtrack?
Sure.
Because it would probably be, well, I talked about this in a previous episode. It would probably be Steven Universe, the movie soundtrack. Or maybe Frozen, too. Honestly, I liked that soundtrack a lot.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I don't really listen to albums. I'm not in the music world. I know it's bad. If the Decemberists came out with an album in 2019, I would probably pick that one. Haven't listened to it if they did, but I really like, when it comes to actually listening just to an album straight through, I really like listening to the Decemberists albums. Like, I like to just listen to a whole album of theirs rather than, like, I don't usually listen to a specific song of theirs, but I love to listen to their albums.
Yeah, I find that, like, whenever I like an artist, I'll always listen to their full album. Like, I don't really like singles, I like albums.
Yeah, I like them too. At least the Decemberists.
All right, social media challenge.
What was yours, Emily?
Mine was, this was on YouTube, and it's the letting the person in front of you decide what you eat challenge. So, like, in the drive-thru, you would go and you would get up there and be like, I want whatever the person in front of me had. And you wouldn't know what you got until you get in the car.
Did you ever try it?
No.
Oh, We should try it.
We should.
I would 100% be down for that plan.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm totally down. We can't forget. I think we tend to forget these things. Listeners, help us remember.
Do it. And where should we go? Let us know.
Yeah.
Which drive-through? Well, since Anne isn't a social media guru, she doesn't have one apparently.
I was trying to look real fast. I mean, there was a trend. I think I ended up doing this in 2018, so I'm a little late. But this is like the only social media trend that I ever actually did. And it was that challenge where you take like 10 black and white photos with no explanation. You just like post them on your wall, like on Facebook, and then each day you just challenge someone else to do it. And it's just 10 black and white photos of your day. You take one that day and post it. So I don't know why, but I felt compelled to do that. And so that's the only social media challenge I've ever done in my entire life. But I actually did that one. Yeah. So I guess I think it was technically 2018, but whatever. It's going to be my pick.
What about your favorite viral video of 2019?
Well, there was a video. This one's just like stuck in my head, so I guess I'll pick this one because it happened very recently, and it relates to Christmas, which just happened like a week ago. So it's Christmas related. It was a video of this woman who was in a grocery store, and she was getting, or I think some kind of store, and she was getting some items, and she noticed the person behind her only had one item that they were purchasing, and so she was like, hey, since you're only buying the one, why don't I get that for you? You know, and she was in the Christmas spirit, and she wanted to be nice, and the woman was thankful, and she bought her item for her, and as she was going out to her car, you know, she was kind of in a good mood because she got to help someone, and she noticed that a man was cleaning off the windshield to her car, and the whole time she's kind of laughing, and that, I think, is what made it so viral, is the way she was laughing, because she was like laughing really funny, and you were kind of like laughing with her. And she notices this guy, and she's like, you know, still kind of in her Christmas spirit, and like, oh my gosh, the world's such an amazing place. Look at this stranger just cleaning off my car. And so she goes up to him, and she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And she gives him like a big hug. And then she realizes that it wasn't her car, and that this guy was just cleaning off his own car, and her car was parked ahead of his. And so she just got like super embarrassed. But she ended up going on, like, I think it has like 80 million views, and she was like on Ellen, and it became like a big thing. But
I don't really know
favorite, but
yeah, I don't think I have a favorite viral video because I don't really know any. I wrote down.
You know what we should do in the future? We should pick topics where we actually have answers. Like our poor listeners, they probably have like, oh my gosh, why don't they talk about this viral video? And we're just like,
I put down 3 options. I don't know if any of them would be considered viral videos, but videos of dogs eating spaghetti, classic, love them. Or anyone after they get their wisdom teeth out.
Okay.
Those aren't viral videos. They're just funny to watch. But I guess Shane Dawson's conspiracy theory series might be considered a viral video because it kind of, I don't know if it went viral or if he's just
I was gonna say, I feel like
a
his
ton of
channel,
followers anyway.
Yeah, just has a lot of followers and stuff.
So yeah, those would be my 3 options. Don't know if they're considered viral. You guys can let me know and hate on me if they're not. Just kidding. Don't hate on me. Hate on Anne.
No! Gosh.
Okay, let's talk about trends because that was another one that Anne wasn't sure about. I'll go first though.
Yeah, okay.
This is a fashion trend, and it's the wrap top or wrap dress. I really liked that trend.
I thought it was funny, and our coworker had mentioned this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of forgot about this trend. I never jumped on this bandwagon because, you know me, I don't really jump on trend bandwagons, but I genuinely enjoyed everything that went down. Was the Make Your Face Old app, where you like take a photo and you put it in the app and it like makes you look old. Because I remember the morning that it kind of like hit the, you know, viral stage, because like my coworker was like, oh my gosh, look at this app, and she took a picture and like tried it, and then she had another one of our coworkers, and I was like, this is weird. It's kind of funny, I get it, but like whatever, I'm kind of over it already. And then literally the next morning, there's a bunch of articles on like BuzzFeed and all of the things about how the Russians made this app and they're capturing your information. And oh my gosh, there was like all of this buzz about it. And I thought it was all just hilarious. I just sat back and watched it all happen.
Did you do it?
No, never did.
So you're all in the clear.
Yep. No Russians got my info.
All right. What's your favorite podcast of 2019 besides Love versus Hate? Obviously.
Now, question: can it be a podcast that I discovered?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say it'd be hard to like find one that was like made in 2019 other than Love versus Hate. Obvi. Well, Emily, why don't you go first? What was your favorite?
Mine is probably Crime Junkies. I just find myself listening to that like all the time. We love.
Fair. I would agree. I really do like Crime Junkie. That is a good one. Although, I do have to say, even though I technically discovered The Adventure Zone in 2018, I listened and finished the first arc, which is the Balance arc in 2019. And it literally made me laugh and cry, and I like bawled my eyes out at the end, and it was just an emotional roller coaster that I absolutely loved the whole time. And I will definitely at some point soon, or at some point in my life, re-listen to the Balance arc because it was phenomenal. So I guess I would pick that if that counts.
It doesn't.
Okay. Well, a new one that I have started in 2019 that also I think started pretty recently is a D&D podcast called Bombarded. And the thing that I like about that one that I think is kind of interesting and different from a lot of other D&D podcasts is it's a group of bards. Like each of the players is a bard, and each episode they have to write a song at a certain point. So like the DM will kind of introduce it, like, okay, this is the point where like you have to write a song, and it's really fun because they make it up kind of on the spot. And in real life, the group of friends, they're all like, they're a band in real life. Like they do, I forget where they are, somewhere in the U.S. I don't know. But they like actually perform as a band in real life. And so I really like how they like incorporate their music into their D&D playing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a good one. Bombarded.
Probably my favorite podcast that started in 2019 was Office Ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta bring in Jenna Fisher.
Oh, yeah. Please, guys. I have a New Year's resolution for Love versus Hate. It might not happen this year, but my New Year's resolution is that we help Jenna find Emily.
Help me.
I want Jenna to find Emily. I want this to happen so bad.
Yes. Jenna, it's going to happen. Please?
You're literally like her favorite person ever.
You are.
You are.
I had a dream about you.
Okay, that got
I
a
think
little
we
weird.
told the podcast about this
we did.
dream.
We did.
It wasn't creepy.
No. You were just really excited to meet her. You met her in real life.
Yeah.
And Steve Carell, I believe.
Yeah, and Steve Carell.
Yeah.
We love.
Yeah.
Well, that was everything.
Yeah. 2019, man. We got to start our podcast in 2019. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that was, like, honestly one of my favorite parts of 2019. And I'm not just saying that because I happen to be sitting here recording and having listeners listen to
And I'm not
these.
just saying it. Ow. My hair. Yeah. It's been pretty fun because this all started just with one day at lunch. We were just like, you know what? We talk a lot. Maybe we should start a podcast. That would be fun, don't you think?
Yeah. And then we were like, okay, but what would our podcast be? And I was like, we're going to talk about what we love and hate because they're so opposite. And then it just happened.
And then we were like, what would we call it?
I know. We actually debated for a while on the name. And we brought like some of our coworkers in and like they tried to help us. And we had a few options, but this one was the original Love versus Hate, and it just stuck. We couldn't get off of it. It was just like, it was too perfect.
Yeah. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Love versus Hate, talking about all of the best of 2019. We want to know what your best of 2019 is, though.
Yeah, I want to know. What did you guys really like? What about, the games that came... Oh, we should have talked about games that came out. It's fine. We can talk about that in the next year recap video that we do. Because they haven't come out with a new Witcher game. So once they come out with a new Witcher game, then we'll talk about that. Or a new Elder Scrolls game. I mean, I've literally been waiting for like 10 years now. It's been insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Emily totally knows what I'm talking about. It's fine.
Yeah, and also, you should let us know what your favorite episode of Love versus Hate was in 2019.
Yeah.
What do you want to hear more of from us? Let
Yeah.
us know. We want to know.
We want to know. I like how in those moments, I just repeat what you say.
Repeat what you say.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, that gets old very quickly. Anyway, okay, to wrap up this episode, Emily, what is your life lesson from 2019? All of 2019. What did you learn?
Taylor Swift rules.
Okay.
Ian can't think of anything better.
Untrue. I'm trying to narrow it down, actually. I guess my life lesson from 2019 would be do what you love. Is that too, like, general and generic? I don't know. It's what I feel. I feel like if you and even if you have to start out maybe only once a week, like maybe only for an hour, you just do something that you really love, whether it's like an art and craft, or maybe it's some kind of video editing or podcast or anything. It could, whatever you truly love. Maybe it's even just reading, something simple. Like, make sure you make time for what you truly love, because it'll re-energize you. It'll give you a lot of good purpose, good fulfillment in your life. And if you don't know what you love, take the time to find out. Try new things. But really just take some time for yourself. Even if it just starts out as an hour a week or whatever it may be, do what you love.
And also, one thing that I've learned in 2019, which I'm still working on, is to not care what people think as much. Like with this podcast, when we're recording, I'm not thinking about who's listening. I'm just talking about whatever the heck comes out of my mouth. And then sometimes I'm like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have said that because so-and-so might be listening and they might think I'm weird. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm just weird. So there you go. Who cares?
Just accept it.
Everyone that really knows me knows that I'm weird.
Yeah. And we love you for it, so it's okay.
So there's your other life lesson besides Taylor Swift rules.
Okay, not everyone is going to agree. For all the nerds out there, I'm just going to say that video games rule. That's probably too general. The Witcher 3 rules. Boom. Oh, also Lord of the Rings. Geralt.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that was. I'm so proud of you.